The Three Calabashes of Destiny, a girl's choice that changed her village. Long ago, in the heart of the Oban Hills of southeastern Africa, there was a quiet village called Akurera. It was a land of drum beats and dancing shadows, where the winds carried old songs and the rivers whispered ancient secrets. Among the many families who lived there was a basket weaver named Obina and his young daughter Amara. Amara was no ordinary girl. She didn't speak much, but her eyes were deep like the sky before a storm. While other children played in the dust or chased fireflies, Amara spent her time listening to birds, to wind, to the silence between thunder. Her heart was gentle, her thoughts were deep, and her spirit often wandered beyond her years. But Akurere was in trouble. The rains had failed 3 years in a row. The yam harvests were thin. The river that once roared like a lion now trickled like a thirsty dog's tongue. Elders argued, families left. Some turned to strange gods, others lost all hope. One evening, while returning from the forest with firewood on her head, Amara noticed an unusual glimmer beneath a fallen palm tree. Curious, she dropped her bundle and stepped closer. Beneath the leaves was a path she had never seen before, one that shimmered faintly under the moonlight. Her heart beat fast, yet her feet moved as if drawn by an invisible force. She walked deeper and deeper until the trees opened into a hidden grove she had never seen. There, sitting on a raised stone platform, was an old woman with silver hair braided into 7 long strands, wearing a robe made of leaves that rustled without wind. Beside her were 3 calabashes, each sealed and glowing faintly. The woman's voice was like the rustle of 1,000 old pages. Child of thought, daughter of silence, you have been brought here because your soul listens. Before you are the 3 calabashes of destiny. One holds wealth, another holds power, and the last holds wisdom. You may choose only one, but be warned, what you choose will shape your life and your village. Amara looked at the calabashes. The first was golden, sparkling with tiny beads and fine carvings. It pulsed with light, promising treasure beyond measure. The second was crimson red, hot to the touch, humming like a drum of war. It promised influence, strength, the ability to command. The third was simple, brown, dusty, dull. No glow, no hum, just a plain, forgotten shell. Amara knelt and closed her eyes. She thought of her father's tired hands, her mother's silent prayers, and the cracked fields of Akurera. She thought of how wealth might fill their stomachs, but also make men greedy. She thought of how power could bring order, but also turn to tyranny. And then she thought of wisdom, quiet, unseen, yet guiding all things. She opened her eyes and placed her hands on the 3rd calabash. I choose wisdom, she said. The old woman smiled. At once the calabash opened with a whisper. A soft light, warm and gentle, enveloped Amara. She felt her heart swell, not with riches or strength, but with understanding. She saw visions of how water could be drawn from deeper springs, of how certain plants could restore the land, of how to unite people through empathy and example rather than command. She returned to the village, silent at first. Then slowly, through her actions and words, she began to guide her people. She showed them how to build irrigation trenches from the distant hills. She taught them to grow drought-resistant crops like sorghum and cassava. She mediated between quarreling families and offered counsel to even the stubborn elders. She told stories to children that planted seeds of hope and unity. Years passed, the rains returned, but more importantly, the spirit of the village was healed. Greed was replaced by sharing, fear was replaced by faith, and Amara, though she never claimed a title, became the heart of Akurere. The other calabashes were never seen again. They say that when Amara grew old, she returned to that hidden grove, and there, beneath the stars, she faded into the wind, becoming one with the wisdom she had once chosen. And the lesson? In life, we will all face moments where we must choose between what glitters and what guides. Wealth may fill your hands, power may raise your voice, but only wisdom fills your heart and leads your people. Amara's story teaches us that true leadership, lasting change, and inner peace do not come from what we own or control, but from what we understand. So when the time comes and your own 3 calabashes stand before you, Choose the one that teaches, not the one that tempts, because wisdom is the seed from which all good things grow. Thanks for watching. Please, if you found this impressive, like and subscribe as well. Unfold another episode tomorrow.